name is Janet Kelly, and I am chair of the Board of Education. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be part of this annual recognition for our teachers. On behalf of the board, I would just like to say that we recognize the hard work and dedication that it takes to be this kind of teacher on a day-to-day basis, and we appreciate our Teachers of the Year. But I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the families of the Teachers of the Year, because I recognize the sacrifices that you make for your family member to become a part of the Douglas County school system family and give their all to our kids. So thank you so much. On behalf of our board members, I'd like to welcome you today and thank you for your support of our educators. The board members here today are Mr. Mike Miller, District 1. Dr. Sam Haskell, District 4. And thank you for being here.
Good afternoon. My name is Gordon Pritz, and I have the privilege of serving as superintendent of schools in Douglas County. And we are so glad that you are here today to enjoy this exciting event when we celebrate excellence. We are so fortunate in our district to have outstanding teachers in every classroom. We count that as a privilege, and we count that as our most important part of our job and what we do in providing the very best for our kids. And today we get to celebrate that. And we are so glad that you are here to be a part of it, because all these teachers will tell you they didn't get here on their own. They had a lot of support along the way, and I know they're excited to share this time with you. So thank you for being with us today. We have a great afternoon in store, and let's get it started. So it is certainly a privilege for me to recognize these dedicated and knowledgeable and skilled teachers. Each one of them inspires students to learn each day. They have the respect and admiration of their peers, their students, and their parents. These teachers play an active and useful role in both their school and in the community, as well as throughout the state in many cases. We always like to recognize Teachers of the Year who are joining us today who have enjoyed that recognition in years past. So at this time, I'd like to recognize all of our previous county-level Teachers of the Year, beginning with our most recent. Their names are written on the inside of your program, and all of those listed are invited to come to the front of the stage, up in front of me here. And as I call your name, we'll just ask you to either raise your hand, that'd be appropriate for a teacher or a classroom, or to step forward. So if you're a former Teacher of the Year, please come forward so we can recognize you, and that is all those who have held the county level. So come on up here. I'm going to put you on the spot if you're here. Come on. One reason we do this is because as you see these faces, you sometimes say, I didn't know she was a teacher. But it is so important because these folks play such a great role. So I'm going to call quite a few names here, but as I call your name, ladies, please either raise your hand or probably raise your hand. You're probably more comfortable with that than stepping forward. Jaslyn Dukes, our reigning Teacher of the Year. Mike Badowski, Ryan Adams, Myron Terry, Shelley Hester, Kim Thompson, Pam Walker, Nancy Wittenberger, and Miss Wittenberger was a Douglas County Teacher of the Year twice. Congratulations. Lisa Golden, Reed Durbin, Patricia Mills, Mandy Johnson, Randy, why didn't you come up here? I know you're here somewhere. All right, Cynthia Burnett. Diane Matthews. Alicia Stanley. Sandra Hunt. Beverly Pointer. Diane Mack. Dorothy Sparks. Amy Cohn. Karen Barber. Jamel Barrett. Barbara Leip, Jean Carolyn Williams, and Cecilia Strickner. Let's give one more big round of applause to this very wonderful group. Thank you, ladies. Douglas County is also privileged to have 2 Georgia Teachers of the Year in our system, Miss Jean Carolyn Williams, retired principal, and Miss Pam Walker, K-12 Science School Improvement Specialist. Miss Williams was selected as the Douglas County Teacher of the Year for 1987-88 and went on to be named Georgia Teacher of the Year that year. And Miss Walker was selected as Douglas County Teacher of the Year for 2005 and 6 and was named Georgia Teacher of the Year for 2006 and 7. So we'd like to have both those ladies stand, and I know one is here. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize any Douglas County retired educator who might be with us today. Our system's successes have been built on the foundation created by these educators. So if you are a retiree in the audience today, will you please stand so that we can recognize you as well? And you're making us all jealous. All right. The Douglas County school system is very fortunate to have dedicated and loyal employees who support public education in our county. And at this time, I'd like all of our Douglas County school system employees to please stand so that we can recognize and thank you if you're an employee of the school system. Thank you so much for what you do every day for our kids. And now I'd like to call on our 2011-2012 Douglas County Teacher of the Year and Middle School Teacher of the Year, Miss Jaslyn Dukes. Miss Dukes teaches 6th grade reading at Stewart Middle School. Miss Dukes.
What a wonderful experience this has been for me, and one that I will cherish and love and forever be grateful for. And I really want to say thank you to Karen and Miss Brenda Spain that makes this possible, and all the partners in Ed that make this possible. And I will forever, ever, ever be grateful for what you do for our school. It was a privilege for me to serve on this year's Teacher of the Year Selection Committee. We spent many hours reading and reviewing applications, interviewing candidates, and observing in classrooms. Selecting our semifinalists, finalists, and the Teacher of the Year was a difficult process. Those who served on our committee with me are Rachel Blackwell, 2011-2012 Elementary School Teacher of the Year. Evan Gibbs, 2011-2012 High School Teacher of the Year. E. Renee Davis, Executive Director, Student Services, Douglas County School System. Rodney Davis, Print Design Promote. Marion Dolan, Value Teachers. Chris Stanley, Design Solutions Group Incorporated. Breezy Straighton, Mercer University. Davis Jones Wynn Funeral Home. Would these committee members please stand, and I ask that you join me as I thank them for their time and commitment of serving on the Teacher of the Year Committee. Our committee of 9 people spent many hours reading these applications. 8 teachers were selected from the group, 2 each for the middle school and high school level and 4 for the elementary school level. The next step in the selection process was a 30-minute classroom observation of each semifinalist teaching in their classroom. We all enjoyed these visits and wanted to spend more time in these outstanding teachers' classrooms. On behalf of our entire committee, we appreciate and we want to express our admiration for all of the outstanding commitment that you 8 finalists showed. We also interviewed each of the 8 semifinalists, and after the interview process, the committee named 3 teachers as finalists, 1 to represent each level, elementary, middle, and high school. Each committee member also indicated their choice for Douglas Teacher of the Year. This was very difficult for our committee. I appreciate the opportunity I had to serve for Douglas County Teacher of the Year, and I'm honored to be a teacher in Douglas County School System. And again, I'll forever be grateful for your love and support for me during this experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaslyn, and we want to thank you for all that you do each day in the classroom for our kids. We want to thank you for representing Douglas County as Teacher of the Year this last year, and we also want to congratulate and thank you for representing our district as one of the top 10 Teachers of the Year in the state of Georgia. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Thank you. At this time, we will begin the recognition of our Teachers of the Year from each of our schools. 33 school-level Teachers of the Year, and you're going to hear a voice from above. And I know you're in a church, so don't panic. But John Gray of Chapel Hill News and Views is upstairs, and he's going to be introducing our Teachers of the Year. So, John, I appreciate you greatly, because that means I don't have to do that. But we're going to recognize our 33 Teachers of the Year at this time. John?
It is now our distinct honor to introduce to you the 33 individuals who represent their school this year as the school-level Teacher of the Year. Each of these teachers was selected for the honor because they are known by their professional colleagues to be exceptionally dedicated, knowledgeable, and skilled teachers. Introductions are based on information contained in each teacher's application. Ivy Can, Alexander High. Ms. Can is a product of the Douglas County School System and feels blessed to have the opportunity to teach the students of her alma mater. She began teaching in 2005, and the success of her students is very dear to her heart. She believes that teachers shape the minds and spirits of human beings and prepare them to be successful for the rest of their lives. Patricia Moody, Annette Wynn Elementary. Ms. Moody began her career in 1994 and currently teaches science to all grade levels. For her, teaching is a way of focus on and giving back to others. She feels the most important part of teaching is building relationships with both the students and parents. It is essential to bring stability into the lives and the children in order to help them find their own quest for knowledge. Antoinette Deloche, Arbor Station Elementary. Ms. Deloche teaches all subjects to 5th grade students. She believes the educational process is most effective when teachers understand that it is their job to teach and students understand it is their job to learn, regardless of other circumstances. As a teacher, there is nothing more satisfying than seeing a student learn a new concept or realize that he or she can be successful. Lindsay Strickland, Beulah Elementary. Ms. Strickland began her teaching career in 2008. She believes in creating footprints on children's lives that impact their future and encourages them to take ownership of their success. It is her ambition to continue to teach and impact the lives of children for many more years with the hopes of changing the world for at least one child along the way. Amy Bray, Bill Arp Elementary. Miss Bray is in her 7th year of teaching. Her passion is education, and she often finds herself offering her expertise wherever she may be, including her church, on the mission field, and even at her son's baseball practice. Miss Bray believes that education holds the keys to tomorrow and considers her role in the teaching profession as an honor. Julie Lafise, Bright Star Elementary. Ms. Lafise has been teaching since 2001. She believes her greatest contributions as a teacher are reflected by the words of her students and their parents. It is so rewarding when a parent notices that the child wants to come to school and is excited about each day. For a teacher, there is no better accomplishment than being told that you have positively impacted a child's character or outlook on learning. Kendra Rush, Burnett Elementary. Ms. Russian began teaching in 2001. Her philosophy of teaching is that she believes all children have the ability to learn even though they may have different learning styles and learn at different paces. The reward she finds in teaching can be described as pleasing and joyful, and they come throughout the school year as she witnesses the growth and success of her students in the classroom. Nikki Jones, Chapel Hill Elementary. Ms. Jones has been teaching for 16 years. She embraced a passion for teaching early on. Growing up, her parents taught her that any goal can be reached and that education was the clear path to reaching her goals. As an educator, she feels it is her responsibility to offer a variety of learning opportunities to ensure success in as many students as she can. Connie Highnote, Chapel Hill High. Ms. Highnote is a native of Douglas County and graduated from Lithia Springs High School. She has enjoyed teaching for 17 years. She began her career as a draftsperson in the private sector prior to becoming a teacher. She says students learn best when they are ready to learn and believes it is important to tell students why they need to know something. Cindy Allen, Chapel Hill Middle. Miss Allen started teaching in 2003 and is a product of the Douglas County school system. She believes that dedication and pride in the educational field is a priority. Teachers must be dedicated in their efforts to teach and support student learning. She feels that students perform better when they believe their teacher truly cares about them. Princess Wade, Chestnut Log Middle. Miss Wade began her career in 2006 and has a great enthusiasm for teaching math. A great sense of accomplishment for her is turning a student's dislike of math into excitement. She believes in establishing clear expectations for her students each year. Helping them overcome obstacles due to frustration, lack of confidence, or lack of interest assures her that she is accomplishing her goals. Catherine Russ, Dorset Shoals Elementary. Ms. Russ began her career in 1996 and currently teaches 4th grade. She thought she wanted a career as an engineer, but later she realized her true passion was teaching. She is the math coordinator at her school, which affords her the opportunity to make math fun and exciting. Watching students become excited about their learning is what drives her to continue her own education. Casey Hall, Douglas County High. Mr. Hall has been teaching for 7 years and works currently in the International Baccalaureate program. After spending more than a decade in the private sector, he entered the teaching profession and found his true calling. He states that every day he is paid to discuss and share for hours on end the great intellectual passions of his life, history, literature, and economics. Latita Kelly, Eastside Elementary. Miss Kelly began teaching 5th grade at Eastside in 2001. She has taught all subjects, but has a real passion for math. It is her belief that strong math skills are the key to college and many more demanding careers. The rapport she establishes with students contributes to their desire to become lifelong learners and successful adults in their community. Janice McAllister, Factory Shoals Elementary. Miss McAllister is in her 18th year as an educator. What she considers to be her greatest contribution in education is giving love and compassion through teaching. She believes the knowledge we obtain is for our beneficiaries, anyone who will benefit from what we have learned. She feels that her life as a lifelong learner gives her students access to her knowledge and increases student achievement. Kathleen Gilreath, Factory Shoals Middle. Ms. Gilreath began teaching in 2007. In addition to creating a positive learning environment for her students, she focuses on educating the whole child. Her goals are to help students become productive citizens in the world and make positive contributions to people's lives and society. She is a lifelong learner and encourages the same for her students. Tara Campbell, Fairplay Middle. Ms. Campbell currently teaches language arts to gifted students. She is a product of the Douglas County school system and has been teaching at Fairplay since 1992. She strives to make her class a warm, inviting place where learning is an engaging experience. Always wanting to learn and grow as a teacher and as a person, she is currently pursuing her doctorate at Georgia State University. Karen Timms, Holly Springs Elementary. Ms. Timms is a special education teacher who is in her 24th year as an educator. During this time, she has faced many challenges and enjoyed many successes. She believes that all children can learn, and that is the teacher's responsibility to find the teaching and learning style needed for each student to be successful. She strives to set an example for others by demonstrating patience and mutual respect. Corey Bell, Lithia Springs Elementary. Mr. Bell has been teaching kindergarten since 2008. He feels his job is to instill a love of learning in his students in order to motivate them to want to become lifelong learners. It is his belief that teaching cannot be just about relaying information. Teaching has to be a passion. He does not teach simply to get students to pass a test. He teaches to create a sense of fulfillment within his students. DJ McConnell, Lithia Springs High. Mr. McConnell graduated from Lithia Springs High in 2003 and began teaching there in 2007. He is currently the band director. He feels that teaching is about developing and fostering positive relationships with his students. His philosophy is that teaching is the single most influential tool we have to create a better future for ourselves and our children. Elizabeth Landers, Mason Creek Elementary. Ms. Landers has been teaching since 1995 and currently teaches gifted students. She endeavors to teach her students to believe in themselves and be determined and disciplined in their own pursuits. Her goal is to inspire them to be successful in their lives. She strives to be a role model for the children of today and to give them each hope in her job to inspire, comfort, love, and lead her students. Clay Kelly, Mason Creek Middle. Mr. Kelly began teaching social studies in 2007 and currently teaches Georgia studies as well. As a teacher, he believes it is essential to have a strong belief in what you do and put those beliefs into action. His own experiences as a parent help shape his interactions, and both parents and students bring compassion and understanding to his teaching style. Elizabeth Shaddix, Mirror Lake Elementary. Ms. Shaddix began teaching in 2006 and is the product of Douglas County School System. Her love for teaching comes from a desire to share her love for learning and impact the future of young minds. She feels the meaning of her life is to inspire kids and to teach them to continue to do their best and to follow their dreams. It is her belief that teaching is an obligation to do whatever it takes for every child. Brooke Bird, Mount Carmel Elementary. Miss Bird has been teaching since 2003 and currently teaches second grade. She is passionate about children and their untapped ability to think and learn. One of her greatest accomplishments as an educator has been getting her students to love reading. She feels blessed to work at a job where being herself is encouraged and is honored to spend her days with children she adores and respects. Shelley Grant Roundtree, New Manchester Elementary. Miss Roundtree began teaching in 1997 and is currently an interrelated resource teacher. She firmly believes all students can learn, doing so at their own pace according to their own learning style. In order to reach their full potential, learning must occur in a nurturing, structured, non-threatening environment. It is great to have a career where you can make a difference. LaTracia McCrae, New Manchester High. Miss McCrae began teaching in 1999 and feels that teaching is a noble profession that is much more rewarding than any amount of money. She strives to daily put the fun back into learning for her students. She believes that as a teacher, she must maintain morality and integrity in the practice of education. Ultimately, her words and actions influence the lives of the children she teaches. Anitra Turner, North Douglas Elementary. Ms. Turner strives to give her fifth grade students the opportunity to live math and not just do math. She loves teaching our youth and believes the education starts at home, happens in the classroom, and overflows into society. She encourages students to identify what is inside them and nourish it to fruition. Her destiny is being fulfilled by preparing the minds of tomorrow's leaders. Melissa Boyd, South Douglas Elementary. Ms. Boyd has been teaching since 1993. Her original goal was to attend law school, but her heart was not in it. To her, teaching is a work of the heart. She believes a teacher must get to know their students so that they can determine how to best meet their needs. A teacher's true job is preparing students to be successful in life, whatever path they choose. Kelly Rousey, Stewart Middle. Miss Rousey began her teaching career in 1994 and has been at Stewart since 2008. It is her career goal to be the best teacher that she can be. She believes that in order to reach any child, you must get to know the child, build a relationship and rapport, and let them know you care. Rule number 1 in her class has always been respect the rights, feelings, opinions, and ideas of others. Christina Payne, Stewart Elementary. Miss Payne has been a fifth grade math teacher since 2007. As an educator, she feels it is her responsibility to be a positive example and role model for her students. She believes that every child has the ability to learn, and she strives to teach in a way that reaches all of them. Her students know that she loves and cares about them and will do whatever is necessary for them to be successful. Desi Tabu, Turner Middle. Mr. Tabu began his teaching career in Cameroon, Africa in 1999 and currently teaches French. He believes that school is not just intelligence gathered from books. There is a side knowledge that helps you to actually function in life, common sense or wisdom. Every day he strives to do something to improve and strengthen the teaching profession. Michelle Hill, Winston Elementary. Ms. Hill began her teaching career in 1993. Watching her students grow and learn has inspired her to further her own education as a reading specialist. She is proud to be an example of a lifelong learner to her students and to her own children. She believes that no child is beyond reach and is always willing to adjust her instruction to meet the needs of her students. Monet Wagstaff Burns, Yeager Middle. Ms. Burns began teaching math in 2000. She states that the best part of her career has been watching her students transition from middle school to high school, go on to college, and have families of their own. She believes that as a good teacher, you learn who your students are and you use that information to push them to work hard and overcome their circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our 33 school-level teachers of the year. Please give them a round of applause.
We certainly do want to thank all our sponsors because without their support of this recognition, it would not be possible, so thank you. What we'll do now is we're going to move into the recognition at each of the individual grade level areas. And we'll begin with our elementary. Our elementary school semifinalists, alphabetically by school, are Lindsay Strickland, Beulah Elementary School, Corey Bell, Lithia Springs Elementary School, Karen Timms, Holly Springs Elementary, and Elizabeth Landers from Mason Creek Elementary Schools. Ladies and Mr. Bell, as I call your name, please come up here and stand beside me for just a moment. Either side, I guess, will be just fine. Ms. Strickland. The Teacher of the Year judges described the atmosphere in Ms. Strickland's class in one word: positive. Ms. Strickland states that she became a teacher because she wanted to show children that they are loved and that someone believes in them. She strives to create an environment where her students feel appreciated and accepted. It is her belief that children have the potential to succeed when provided with the correct amount of love and support. Her teaching philosophy is to show her students that she cares about them as individuals so that they feel free and safe to be themselves and take risks in their learning. Thank you, Ms. Strickland, for all you do. Ms. Timms. When reading Ms. Timms, you're going to stay up here with me, I think. Are they staying up here with me? Where's my directions? Are they staying up here with me? One at a time, okay. Thank you, Ms. Strickland.
Okay.
Well, this didn't happen in rehearsal. When reading Ms. Timms' application, our judges stated that they were very impressed by her desire to be a role model for other teachers and taking responsibility for all student learning. Ms. Timms states that she is proud to be an educator. She has a passion for teaching and a strong sense of responsibility to her students and her school. She believes these traits enable her to establish a successful classroom as well as earning respect from her peers. She states that teaching is not just a career, but a rewarding investment of love, energy, and time. She feels that her teaching style is innovative in nature because it constantly is changing and evolving based on her students' needs. Ms. Timms believes that it is imperative to be flexible in her teaching methods as she works with special needs students. Thank you, Ms. Timms, for all you do. Congratulations. Mr. Bell. When visiting Mr. Bell's class, our committee members were impressed with his teaching style. They all agreed he was very well organized and his classroom was fun, yet his students were ready to learn. Mr. Bell believes in creating a love of learning that will last well beyond their time with him. He feels all children having a longing to learn, but they learn in a different way and at different rates. He chose to work in a school where the majority of students have struggles outside the school. He believes that children represent our future, and he encourages everyone to value not only our teachers, but our children as well. He became a teacher because he felt overlooked in school and decided that he wanted to make a difference every day in the classroom. He strives to show others how powerful it can be to be positive on a daily basis. Thank you, Mr. Bell, for all you do. Ms. Landers. After visiting Ms. Landers' class, our judges commented on her creative use of technology and her organizational skills. They stated it was easy to see she did not waste instructional time. Ms. Landers states that she loves and helps kids because it warms her heart. She stays after school to help students in need and tells her students to find something they are passionate about. She encourages them to demonstrate a good work ethic. She believes that education is where children learn about the world around them and become equipped for productive futures. She feels it is important for every student to take ownership in setting their own educational goals that are valid and attainable. She finds that students who want to learn and who are excited about learning often show the most significant growth. Thank you, Ms. Landers, and congratulations. All right, now our middle school semifinalists. Tara Campbell, Fairplay Middle School. Ms. Campbell, our Teacher of the Year committee was most impressed with Ms. Campbell's love for technology in the classroom. They agreed with her that technology allows you to have exciting things going on in the classroom and helps you to interact with your students. Ms. Campbell states that there is no other profession that has as great an impact on the future as teaching. She believes that public education has the potential to create a better world, a truly fair and free world. She feels the classroom space is powerful. Ms. Campbell believes what she has to offer the teaching profession is her voice. It is a voice empowered by 20 years of experience and the willingness that she has to use it. She states she will continue to be a teacher advocate wherever life takes her. Thank you, Ms. Campbell, for all you do. And our other middle school semifinalist, Kathleen Gilreath. Ms. Gilreath. When visiting Ms. Gilreath's class, our committee members agreed she has a strong passion for teaching and a connection with her students that makes them want to succeed. Ms. Gilreath knew she wanted to be a teacher when she was in the 3rd grade. School was like home, and she wants it to be like that for her kids. She strives to create a positive environment in her classroom. Her passion is to care for children of all ages. Teaching makes her feel like she has a purpose. It is her belief that when students feel that teachers care about them as individuals, they want to come to school each day and they want to work. This will give them a positive learning experience that will create a lifelong learner. Thank you, Ms. Gilreath, for all you do. And now our 2 high school semifinalists. Ms. Connie Highnote of Chapel Hill High School. Our committee members all agreed that Ms. Highnote thinks outside the box. She uses things that are related to the world that students can understand and applies that to her classroom concepts. The judges felt that Ms. Highnote did not forget that her students are just kids. Ms. Highnote states she is a teacher who wants her students to know she cares about them and has their best interests at heart. She feels the students teach her as much as she teaches them. She believes that education is fascinating, exciting, and fun. She considers herself a teacher by choice and not by chance. I love that line. They didn't let me finish, Miss High Note. Come on back. I want to get every word in I can about you. And it's heartwarming to know, for her to know that she played a part in a student's education. She feels she helped them to gain self-confidence and develop the work ethic and skills needed to be successful adults. Ms. High Note, thanks for all you do. Congratulations. And our other high school semifinalist, DJ McConnell. Do you think Mr. McConnell teaches music? He bops up there. The Teacher of the Year Committee was impressed with Mr. McConnell's rapport with his students as well as his knowledge about his subject matter. It was evident to them that he truly cared about the success of his students. Mr. McConnell now teaches at his alma mater. He makes a concentrated effort to speak to each one of the students every day. It is his belief that if you can build a relationship with students, you can change the world. He strives to give 100% of himself every day. It is his belief that his greatest contribution to education is in the relationships that he builds with students. He feels that teaching is about developing and fostering positive relationships. He teaches music, but he also teaches kids how to be productive adults. Thank you, Mr. McConnell, for all you do. How about one more round of applause for our 8 semifinalists as y'all stand up. Mr. Bell, we'll have to check, see if those are transferable. We'll now recognize our 3 finalists, and I ask that you please step forward when I call your name. The selection committee as a whole agreed that our elementary teacher of the year has a genuine love of teaching and was truly amazing. They were impressed by the level of passion for education exhibited by this educator. This teacher's principal stated, "We are fortunate to have this educator as part of our family. This teacher instills excitement and the importance of learning in students and staff members alike." The parents of a former student state, "The teacher exhibits the perfect balance between child educator and parent liaison." As co-workers state, this teacher's enthusiasm, commitment to students, and reflective approach to teaching generate an exceptional learning experience for students and inspires those around her. Our elementary teacher of the year is an avid believer in having as little of a negative impact on our earth as possible. She tries to encourage her students as well, remind herself that no matter how little we feel like we have, someone has less. Our elementary teacher of the year, congratulations to Miss Lindsay Strickland, Beulah Elementary. And now for our middle school teacher of the year. Our committee members were impressed by this teacher's passion and capability to motivate all students. One judge commented on all the exciting things going on in the classroom. The teacher believes that educators can make a difference in the lives of their students by believing in them. She is constantly looking for ways to spark the interest of her students. This educator is the epitome of an exemplary teacher. She has a high expectation for herself and for her students. Her students love her and her peers respect her. She's exactly the kind of teacher I want for my children. She leads through her actions, not her words, writes this teacher's principal. The parent of a current student writes, "This teacher instructs her students how to learn as individuals. Nothing in a child's education is more important." This teacher is passionate about education now, but had always declared she did not want to be a teacher. She changed her mind while a student at Berry College when she was out for a late evening run. And during that run, she realized she needed to be a teacher. Even better, she now realized that she wanted to be a teacher. And we're sure glad she went for a run that night. Miss Tara Campbell. And now for our high school Teacher of the Year. Our committee members agreed that this teacher was truly outstanding. They all agreed this teacher was interesting, energetic, and exciting to watch in action. A student writes, "It is a bit difficult to find somebody to look up to as a young adult because typically we have that mentality that we know everything. We don't need anyone telling us what to do. However, in joining the band and meeting Mr. McConnell, I found a home, a hero, and a love for music that I plan to pursue long after high school. He inspires us to better ourselves because he refuses to be satisfied with mediocrity. It is breathtaking to have someone whose only motive seems to be to get you to do your best and to push you in all the right directions so that you can succeed. Mr. McConnell has 2 goals. He has 2 goals as a music educator: to instill a love of music and to get his students into college. During the 2011-12 school year, along with his senior class was offered a total of $410,000 in music scholarships. This figure was in addition to the other academic and athletic scholarships they received. Congratulations to our High School Teacher of the Year, DJ McConnell. And I'd like to personally thank you, our local businesses, for your support. This year we had over 75 businesses offer support to the 2012-2013 Teacher of the Year program. And I would like to ask at this time if all our businesses and community representatives who are here, who provided support for our Teachers of the Year, would stand so that we can recognize you at this time. Please stand if you contributed. I encourage you to visit these businesses and thank them for their support of education here in Douglas County. These are difficult economic times, yet these businesses genuinely care about education, and this is the reason they offered their support this year. We also appreciate the support of First Baptist Church of Douglasville, allowing us to utilize this beautiful facility. How about a big round for First Baptist? And John, I want to thank you for helping out today, more so than anybody in this room. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. John, as I said earlier, is with the Chapel Hill News and Views. I hope you had an opportunity to enjoy some of the delicious cake that Sam's Club in Douglasville donated. Walmart on Thornton Road provided the funding for our punch today. The graphic design of our Teacher of the Year logo and the design and layout of our printed program and donated by Chris Stanley, Design Solutions Group. And we want to thank these folks. Let's give them a big round of applause. This program would not be possible without the efforts of many people who work together throughout the year to honor our Teachers of the Year. And I ask that all the board members that are here today from the Public Education Trust and the Partner in Education Committee, if you could please stand so we could thank you. A number of school system, business, and community supporters have volunteered their time and their talents to help us stage this recognition event today. And if you were a volunteer for any part of this event today and gave of your time, please stand so we can recognize you. Brenda. Brenda. I'd like to give a special thank you to Mr. Rodney Davis, Print Design Promote, and Ms. Jennifer Walters, Members First Credit Union, who worked with the Community Relations Department for many days, securing gifts and assisting with getting everything ready to make this a special event. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. And many of our staff members work overtime to put this together, and I'd like to say a special thank you from me personally for the following staff members who've worked hard over the last several months securing gifts for our honorees, as well as coordinating this event today. So as I call your name, please stand so we can thank you. Ruby Byers, Deborah Couch, Melanie Nicholson, Brenda Spain, Mitzi Teal, Barbara Turner, and our overall organizer, Karen Stroud. Please stand so we can recognize you. We're getting there. Y'all just hang with me. For the first time this year, we have an incredible gift from our newest system-wide partner in education, Foxhall Resort and Sporting Club. They have written a check in the amount of $2,500 to the person who will be named our Douglas County Teacher of the Year. And they can use that money however they want. And you better not spend it all in the classroom. All right. Before we announce our top honoree, I'd like to invite Mr. Dave Taylor, General Sales Manager of John Thornton Chevrolet, to join me on the stage. Dave is he here? Come on up, Dave. I thought that was you sitting there. Thank you.
Last year, Mike Miller accused me of being a man of few words, and I didn't go to rehearsal, so could I get the guy upstairs to do this one?
You can. Dave's holding a key in his hand that our Teachers of the Year, our Teacher of the Year winner, will be redeeming for the use of a 2013 Chevrolet for 1 year.
I will say we're proud to be a part of this group, and we've got several members of our family at Thornton Chevrolet that are members of your family. Matter of fact, when I came in, I was kind of nervous because 2 of them had brochures out here, or posters, and I was hoping, golly, what happens if one of our people win? That would be terrible. But we are proud to be a part of you all, and we all have kids or teachers or members in the staff, so it's our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I'll let you do that.
All right, all right. And I think I saw that car, or what is a model of that car out front, did I not? That is the car. So as you leave, please take a look at that car that the Teacher of the Year will get to use for 1 year. And now for the announcement of the 2012-13 Douglas County Teacher of the Year. Our judges were impressed with this teacher's genuine and passionate love of the teaching profession. This educator's use of positive reinforcement was outstanding. Our Douglas County Teacher of the Year became an educator in order to make an impact in children's lives. School was always a safe haven for this teacher. This person's heart goes out to rescue animals. She currently has 5 of her own. She's also very involved in recycling as an avid believer in having as little an impact on earth as possible. A student writes, when you walk into her classroom, you can tell that your child is going to be learning a lot. She's not a teacher who is just teaching to make an easy buck. She's a teacher that when you get older, you will think back and say, I remember Miss Strickland. I'm not done yet. She is that teacher who pushes you to excel and do your very best. And when students leave Miss Strickland's class, they are not the immature fourth graders they were at the beginning of the year. They're very mature students ready for fifth grade and on to middle school. Please join me once again in congratulating this outstanding educator, Miss Lindsay Strickland, Teacher of the Year. We scheduled a week break next week because Miss Strickland's getting married next week, and I want to congratulate her fiance who's here today as well. Any other family members here today?
My mom and dad.
Mom and Dad, stand up, please. Anybody else?
Yes,
You introduce them all. Come on,
sorry.
get up there.
my sister Megan and my Aunt Tammy and my soon-to-be mother-in-law Nanette.
Folks, we appreciate you being here today for this great event. I hope you'll leave with your heart warmed and encouraged that our kids are in great hands. Thank you, and God bless each of you. God bless you. Thank you.